Who want one last trip to the long trail?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I want to talk about this little discussion that took place on the Great Legend knee stream. It's kind of centered around what we've been talking about kind of a lot already, is players not being happy with the direction of Tekken 8 and Season 3 being kind of this awakening of things aren't going to change, and they can't really change, right? Season 1 was all about give it time, guys. It's arcades. Season 2 was all about the game just went in the wrong direction and the developers apologized, so they're going to correct it in Season 3. And then Season 3 was like, oh, they lied to us. This is the game. And once people realize that, everyone is kind of being faced with this tough decision. Quit the game, stay with the game, you decide. Me personally, I know I've been telling a lot of people that I'm going to play GTA 6, and I kind of been making a meme and a joke of it all. But the reason why is because I never really wanted to quit Tekken. I like Tekken. Tekken 7 was one of my favorite games of all time. And I look forward to Tekken 8. I wanted to succeed and do well. But at the same time, when the developers are actively working and designing the game to go against someone like me, right? Because they have this thing against high level players. They want to cater to the casuals. So when I love the game so much, but the developers are openly saying in past statements, going all the way back to Tekken 7, that the game is not, that we are no longer making this game for you. And I could feel that in the gameplay where it's becoming a little bit more, mix-up oriented, 50-50 oriented, and they're just reducing the skill gap to allow players to keep up. It's just not the greatest experience. Once again, I'm not going to quit Tekken 8. I think that Season 3, there's some good things that you can appreciate and like about it. The new moves is mind-boggling, confusing. The not addressing every character like Lydia, Harang, but then also making some characters even stronger like Leo and Victor. Real head scratchers. But I am still at the same time excited for what they do with Kunimitsu and excited for what they do with Bob. Understanding that the game is doing everything in its power to hold me back, I just made the decision to brand it, to broaden my horizons and play multiple games. I'm back to playing Smite 2. I've been playing it on stream and been having a great time. And something that I want to highlight is how when I play that game, win or lose, it's like phenomenal. It's like great. I don't feel frustrated. I don't feel angry. I don't feel like the way that Tekken 8 makes me feel. The game being good or bad is something that players will debate endlessly. But the way that the game makes you feel tired, frustrated, win or loss, you're salty. That is something that they should address, even if they are only catering to casuals, because I watch a lot of casuals play this game and they feel the same type of thing. So I just wonder, with them making these changes, who out there is not feeling this way? That's just the question that I think of, but I am having a lot of fun playing other games, talking about other games, and I will still continue to talk about Tekken, but it's just something that I felt I needed to do. I felt I was forced to do, and a lot of other people were coming to the same conclusion. I've seen more pros and more players on Twitter talking about they uninstalled, they're done playing the game. Thank you, Tekken 8. Now I could go get a job. Thank you, Tekken 8. Now I could go get a girlfriend. Whatever. All the jokes are being made. Now there is this opposite side of players who are saying, "Oh, those guys said that before. They'll be back." And I think that is a very funny thing to say when we've seen a lot of people leave and never come back. Yes, you're going to have some people return, but you had Inconsiderate Raccoon, Eris, Frame Whisper, Misplay Stuff, never came back. Yes, some people will return, and I think the reason why that is because Tekken is very hard to let go. And I think that people don't know how to go about that. And I think that you have to, when it's a lifelong passion of yours, quitting isn't that easy. Also, if you have some type of like monetization tied to the game, whether you're a content creator, a streamer, a pro player, it just makes it that much harder. And this is why a lot of people stick around and complain and whine and try to force change, is because it would be easier that way. It would be easier if the developers just fixed the game and everything went back to like Tekken 7 Season 1 to Season 2, where players were real happy. Now, will they be able to do that with balance? I know there's more updates to come. I was looking at the screenshot or the post where they said this exactly to try to get a understanding of where those updates were at. And I mean, here's the screenshot again, if you guys want to pause and read. But they kind of talk about how they're not really going to, well, in a separate part of this, they talked about how like they're not really going to change the direction of the game overall. And they're just going to do a lot of continuous updates, no large updates. They don't want to risk anything or make anything change too drastically. And they're kind of just going to coast basically. And with that being the style of updating that they want to do, or they're not even addressing some critical bugs and glitches with the game, it's making a lot of players feel the way that Nee feels in these two screenshots here. So this is from his stream. The caption is translated from the language he speaks, and the first one says, honestly, from my perspective, I don't think they could fix it anymore. A lot of people felt like they could fix it. Season 1, they could fix it. Season 2, they could fix it. But I don't know. They could do some things to make the game really good, but the stances and the heat system and installs is such a part of these characters now. So removing that would be pretty difficult, which is also the thing is like in the next Tekken, think about Heihachi and how they changed him so drastically to how he was in the past. Armor King. Will those characters be able to revert from that after 6 years or so, however long Tekken 8 lasts for? Will they be able to revert from that and go back to something else? I don't know. And that's a tough question. It's like when these characters go through this massive overhaul, is there ever a going back, even in a new game? I personally don't think so. In the next screenshot, Nee says, I think it's reached a point where it's beyond improvement. And I would personally agree. I think a character like Lydia, the most you could do is like slow down some of her mix-ups, decrease her range, limit her ability to stick to the player, to track the player. But that's really it. When you talk about her doing the mix-ups that she do, that will always be there. Heihachi Heat Smash and the guard break will always be there. Even if they slow it down, you talk about the Steve Fox over here guard break, even if they can only slow it down, reduce range, and reduce the speed. That's it. And if it has tracking, take tracking properties off. But if they do that, they're going to add tracking properties to another move, but then they're also going to make that move track to the weak side. So it's like, this is why I fall under the mindset of balancing is kind of chopped. The developers haven't been listening for almost 3 years, if you take into consideration all of the testing that was done in tournaments. So at this point, just play the game like it's a party game. That's kind of what the developers are doing. And just enjoy what little you can from it. I think the Tekken that we know and love is gone until the developers clearly state no lies, no gimmicks, no tricky marketing otherwise. To all the players who are having fun with the game, I'm happy that the franchise can continue to be someone's favorite game. But for me personally, this ain't the Tekken that I knew. You guys know the meme of the kid crying, holding the knife? Like, that's me. That's a lot of players. I don't know. I think what Nee's saying here is really powerful. The developers listen to Nee a lot. And the fact that he said a lot of the things that he said in season 2 and season 1, and here we are in season 3, it shows that they're not even listening to him. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and bye-bye.